Michael held the warden hostage with a knife and asked him to transfer his brother Lincoln to the infirmary. Subsequently, Michael tied up the warden and hid him in the closet. After knocking the warden unconscious, he dialed an entertainment hotline and placed the receiver aside. Michael told the secretary that the warden had a telephone conference and didn't want to be disturbed. The secretary saw that the phone was busy, and since Michael often came in and out of this place, she didn't have the slightest doubt. After Michael returned to his cell, there were only a few minutes left until the agreed escape time. When it was time for the recreation, several people gathered in front of Michael's cell. As Sucre pulled down the curtain, several people successively crawled into the large hole behind the sink. Several people advanced along the previously planned route. However, they hadn't walked far when they heard a huge shout. It turned out that the prison guard Bellick, who had been knocked unconscious and thrown into the hole before, had woken up and also ripped open the tape on his mouth. At this time, the two prison guards outside the lounge also seemed to have heard the cries for help. They turned back and returned to the lounge. Fortunately, Teabag covered Bellick's mouth in time and put a knife to his neck. After the prison guards left, Michael put on Bellick's police uniform. Everyone came under the manhole cover on the playground. Michael asked everyone to put on the bleached prison uniforms. He took out a bag of flour and blew it at a combination lock. After continuous permutations and combinations, he set off the fire alarm in the psychiatric ward area. Hearing the alarm, everyone hurried to return to their cells. Michael stopped them and said that this was all part of the plan. Soon the inmates in the psychiatric ward area walked out of the building, and Michael and the others also waited for an opportunity under the manhole cover. After confirming that it was a false alarm, the administrator asked all the inmates to return to the building. Michael and the others took the opportunity to mingle with the crowd and walk in. Everyone passed through the sewer in the psychiatric ward area, and finally safely reached the infirmary and met up with Lincoln. Michael asked the prison guard to unlock Lincoln's handcuffs. Teabag punched the prison guard to the ground and casually took the handcuffs. Michael opened the door and let everyone into the infirmary. He asked everyone to take out the fire hose in the fire window. They tied one end to the anti-theft window and spread a quilt on the ground to muffle the sound of the window falling. The other end was tied to the handrail of the elevator. However, the elevator door couldn't close because it sensed a foreign object. Just as everyone was at a loss, Tweener entered the elevator and pressed the down button with his hand. And finally the elevator door closed. As the elevator descended, the fire hose gradually tightened. The anti-theft window was finally pulled off.